child today is happy. Every child is glad today. Let us sing a song to thank him for this sunny 1st of May. Welcome to another session of the storytelling on UMuji strategy at Mechidtv. And the regular viewers, thank you very much for your support and your kind remarks that you share on Facebook, and sometimes you meet us face to face with the team and you respond. So the team is here again. The storytelling is on. We're going live today. We are giving you a little surprise, especially those of you who are in Pakistan Standard Time around this area, and you're watching 6 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock night. We are in the garden in the firing range. You will be hearing this taktukh is going on there. Don't worry about that. That is for distraction. Chapter 20 from The Enchanted Prince, the tale of the adventures of Khoja Nasreddin, a popular culture, a king of the hearts, especially in Central and in most Asian countries and African countries. This character is unknown but is very well known character. Is a fool and wise man combined, who actually behaves funnily but has got intuitive yani vijdani ilm as durun az bas ki safai dil chi. We go straight to chapter 20, and those of you who are listening live on Facebook, do listen thoroughly, enjoy the reading. We are enjoying reading, and we are having a cup of tea too. If you have your cup of tea, chai sauz, Yakob chai sauz. Chapter 20. The keeper of the tomb. Mazara ki nigamana nigahban chiva. Was the same old man in the same indescribable robe. Alu chapanik poshdawe chnachtanam shakil chiz bugum maira. Which seemed to have been sewn from the strips of stuff and ribbons which the worshippers brought to adorn the tomb of their beloved saint. The Mazari awliya arkas ki zairin maya pozigud lata mata kemenji bastana was tota yazu girftawr kokada bari chapan jorgada. Hich cheese ma lazim nadrom. I don't want nothing. He knew the wayfarers as soon as he saw them. Albata musafiraru mishnakht kina zairin ni ina musafira chakars dom benji. How did you manage to get through? Shumuch tur da injam det? Shumos jam den? Stur durunam din shumo. There are no barriers upon the roads. It is said that there is a tumult in the city in connection with the name of Turakhon. Dar mar ban nagdach tu mushtura madini taraf mushindin da shar khayl awza kharab da naam Turakhon. He who has need can always pass. Lazim buter mushidiga. What barriers can hold him? Ki raizur giftamitana said Khoja Nasreddin, pointing to his companion. Mogi ki basha amra ki raizur ban mitna bhai, who had prostrated himself before the entrance into the tomb. Uda sajda dan dargah manda. And wali yakchimish. The old man moved up closer and whispered. Fir mard ka nazdik amad de gosh guft. Daro khandana, shaking with inward laughter. Do you remember my telling you that the plant would take root for certain this time? Was I not right? Naguftum in the fasahuz nei buta. He seemed to have grown younger. Kam jwan malum masha, bent, dark, and aged though he was, a strange inner light shone through his eyes, which were so limpid that no dark thought, it seemed, could ever be concealed behind them. You old fox, said Khoja Nasreddin, I know all your artifices and cunning. از مکر تو خوب مفهمم ما. Where did you get such a magnificent rose bush? هیچ سیل کتو؟ یه گنچه گلاب سیل کتو؟ And how did you manage to dig it out without damaging the roots? It cost me no little labor, Hassan. But what can I do with my old heart? It would have broken with compassion if that man had found his plant dried and withered once more. دلم خراب شد گفتم این چندین دفعه هم دا اینجا بوتاز دا سوز ننهی گفتم این دفعه گفتم بیل کمی سوز کنه بس ما ور آب دا رفتم نگاه کده رفتم از اینجا بال کدوم میره من ایزی خاک کشتا میره حال کچاش دایی که او باید بینگر نکی سوز کده بوتی ما So I decided to perform a little miracle. फिर मैंने एक छोटे से एजाज का प्रोग्राम बनाया. You have performed not a little miracle, but a great one. For only by such miracles does the world exist. इसी तरह के छोटे छोटे मार्के और मौजज़े होते रहें तो दुनिया तो गुलगुलजार हो जाएगी. Answered Khoja Nasreddin. The one-eyed rose. السجدة بال شد يكشما دوز يكشما and entered the tomb. The mazar dakhil شد. Let them pray together, said the old man. Together? Is there someone else there? A woman, a widow, I believe, mad, says that Father Tarakhon gave her children a present of 3,000 pieces of gold. वो हैरान हस्ता कि बच्चा है हमारा 3,000 pieces of gold अशरफी ये Tarakhon दादा. Besides other odds and ends, वो दिगा साज़ सामानन मैंने तोहफ़ा शामिला. So she had come to offer up a prayer of thanksgiving. एक नमाज़ी शुक्राना गुफ्तामी ज़्यादा करना. Doubtlessly, she dreamt it. ما بخلي में लगोई ना दखाओ शे मित्रम दा. Old man, blaspheme not. यानी मस्खरा ना कोई करारा मर्दों राक़ी दे मर्दों मस्खरा ना. I have just arrived from the city. Ma taza shar mein bhai, and can solemnly swear qasam mukhram that there is not a word of falsehood in her story. Kul ras magaizan. Mama ya mashar tu mai. 3000 se kam da diga sa zaman and yisir vurna da digaran da. Kul shar Tarakhon magadro. Underline, make a note. Live watching people, forget about all the story. Listen to this. When will you learn to believe in miracles? मौजज़ों पर तुम्हारा ईमान उठ गया है. You who daily contemplate them and even perform them yourself. तुम्हारे हाथ से मौजज़े हो रहे होते हैं तुमको खबर ही नहीं. तुम्हें believe नहीं है. If that is the case, then I believe. Oh, अगर उतरस्ता बिसम्मा बावर दरम भाई, muttered the old man. मर्द के पीर की वो चीज़ें मज़ार में हो रहा. खादी में मज़ार बगी. Muttered the old man, looking somewhat disconcerted under the steady gaze of Khoja Nasreddin. Happily, Tarakhon does go abroad at night when I am asleep. Happily, he has even looked into my own cell. He has looked deeper. مگر شاید امی دو اتاق ما هم داشت چکرز داشت که مخاو بودم. مگر no, he has looked deeper. اتاق را تو مگی او همه چیز را در مشاهده داره. He has looked into your heart. and left there forever his beneficent mark. كرامات خورن ساين كده يشتغل دلت. The old man became thoughtful and sat for a long time in utter silence. Gazing with misted eyes into the soft, cooling blue depths above the dome of the tomb where the busy turtle doves, full of care for their nestlings, Kautra, Parandaha, Mazrufi, Kashanehia, flew hither and thither with a silken rustle of wings. That's the sound. The widow, in her gratitude towards Torakhon Alu Beva, Bare Shukrana, has taken a solemn vow. Munji qasam mukhra wa adamana to adopt an orphan. Itmo. Yak dana itmo ra bgi mazum yezmaya. Yetimo Parvin, we will go to Bostan-e-Saadi. And I think I should remember page 110. This is 100, this is 110. And this is the chapter, what we are talking about. Diljoyi az yatiman. پدر مرده را سایه بر سر فکن غبارش بیفشان و خارش بکن ندانی چو بودش فرو مانده سخت بود تازه بی بیخی هرگز درخت چو بینی یتیمی سرافکند پیش مده با صبر روی فرزند خویش یتیم مر بگرید که نازش خرد یتیم مر بگرید که نازش خرد وگر خشم گیرد که بارش برد الا تا نگیرید تو یتیم گیره نکنه الا 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 تا نگیرید که عرش عظیم بلرزد همین چون بگیرید یتیم به رحمت بکن آبش از دیده پاک به رحمت بکن آبش از دیده پاک به شفقت بیفشانش از چهره خاک اگر سایه خود برفت از سرش تو در سایه خویشتن پرورش من آنگه سر تاج ورداشتم که سر بر کنار پدر داشتم اگر بر وجودم نشستی مگس پریشان شدی خاطر چند کس کنون دشمنان گر برندم اسیر نباشد کس از دوستانم نصیر مرا باشد از درد طفلان خبر که در طفلی از سر برفتم پدر یکی خار پای یتیمی بکند به خواب اندرش دید صدر خوجند همی گفت و در رازها می چمید که از آن خار بر من چه گلها دمید. مگر در زو ترانسندنت ورلد او گشته در منه گاردنز کی فلو مگر دبت مگفت از یکم زو خار مرا چخص گاردن ملاش دینجی بھائی. From the master shifu of adab, ustad adab, Sheikh Sadi alayhi rahma was the intermission. Both of them are master shifus, Khaja, they are all Khajas. We go back to our narration of miracle. The widow, in her gratitude towards Torokhon, has taken a solemn vow to adopt an orphan, a fourth son. Another miracle! Exclaimed Khoja Nasreddin. Now you see with your own eyes how one good deed performed in this world begets a second, and the second begets a third, and so without end. Yak amali khair ki shuru nahi, wo non-end translates the mora. Continuously, non-ending. Great is the power of goodness. Khair, zori khair didi. And only goodness is destined, muqaddar, iya ki khair, to triumph upon earth. Khair bumna daru izmin. Bil-akhra. That is so, whispered the old man. Yes, Ras Magatai. After meeting you, I gave long thought to your words. And have recognized their indisputable veracity. Bilkul Ras Magas dil ka bastai. But hasten not to blame me for my past errors. Magar tumhara cheez na kar diye ma guzashta har chi ishtibah ko tum bakhsh diye ther bhi salawat bekhan. For they were the fruit of a great pain. O chapkari as khatir ek dardi buzurg da dilim but as khatir zuma chapkari am kadam. Allah has given me a compassionate heart. Chal ko ma char dard ther kadam. Khayli dilim nazuga. Khuda dil mar bisar nazuk jor kada. The sight of suffering causes me greater pain. وقتی مصیبت می‌گیرم بیخی زیاد حال خراب میشه. Than anyone else, I can find no sanctuary from the tears of the unfortunate. این مظلومار که می‌گیرم بیخی متر توته توته میشه جیگرم. And moans of the wronged. مظلومار آهش میشنم که کس داد چه نمیرسه. دیرم پارا پارا میشه. There was a time when I succeeded for several years in hiding myself from the ruthless evil of life in a quiet and secluded village. Dek pana vurdadım dek dehat. Dek kunji dunya ki kas mar nangar na mar ther az khalq mar bezar. Where I served as keeper of a mountain lake. कि मैं मुझे एक ड्यूटी दस्ता हूँ कि मुझे एक बंद कोई रमा चौकीदार बता whose waters irrigated कि बरे ज़राअती ज़मीनाई अतराफ इस्तेफ़ादा मशूद blessed years चिरोज़ा बता खुदा बयान वर्षा क्या एक दफ़ा कि और वाला मकदम साहब मुझे बस को माम कदम खैर तकामी तरफ दिखाम बिगड़ना याद इस बख़ैर. My anguished old heart found surcease there for a while, but soon, magar shar kai jana damre la midena, Soon evil overtook me there. دا وتر بدبختی گرفتار شدم که تباه کد مرتبه. It appeared in the shape of the new proprietor of the lake. که یک روز خبر شدم که صاحبی بندر مگه از کس دیگه علی نو صاحب هم ده اینجا. گفتن مو روز a man by the name of Agabak. ای بدبخت Agabak, he was a monster. آدم بودو حیوان شکر حیوان. Who combined with himself a ferocity of a dragon and a pitilessness of a spider. بیرحمی یک دنه جلگگ و وحشتی یک دنه اژدر. As though he were conceived not in the womb of a woman. که از آدمی زاد ای زاده نشده. آدم ایران مومن که یه چیز بلایی. But in the foulest depths of evil. از یکو تریک ترین کثیف ترین مقامی که شر ده اونجا پرورش میشه از اونجی بالز ده. Like a poisonous fungus produced by wood damp. یک نم که میگره وحشی میگن که خطرناک. Stay! Bas, old man, stay, cried Khoja Nasreddin, whose heart had jumped into his throat, stopping his breath. بیخی نفس دم بیخد بری خواجه دل چی بیخد دگلون چامد بس کو دیگر این مگه بس کو بی Stay! Old man, bus, stay! Cried Khoja Nasreddin, whose heart had jumped into his throat, stopping his breath. Agabak, did you say? The owner of a mountain lake? Is it not the one who imposed an extortionate tax on the villagers for the use of irrigation waters? Amia? At that moment, he resembled a huntsman. Khoja badli. فقط امک تیر کمان جگوما که شکاری وری کجای امگا که تو اسپاس تو ما چقدر خوار شدم. Who had long been tracking the soft-footed, spotted leopard. Espas یک دنه؟ نه leopard. یعنی هم یک رقم شیر که است نه؟ دومی دراز در بسیار fast. در شکار زود برشده. In the rocky gorges and already despaired of finding him. دزی دزود در رارش در رابط خوگشتی اسپاش پیدا نشدی. تازه ناامید مشدی درو. یک پیدا نشد. When suddenly he perceived the beast's tracks in the wet sand by an icy, turbulent stream. Fresh tracks that had not dried yet in the air. گفت نشان پایش پیدا کرد. تازه این تیر شده. The very same, the old man said with a sigh. گفت بالکل اونم خود چی. Agabak. So you have heard of him to میشناسی او را؟ Do you know from whom he bought the lake and how? خواجه از او پرسن نه. مگه تو خبری که او بند را از کی خریده و چطور گرفته ده گیرش هم ده. They say he won it at a dice. مگه قمار زدن. ده قمار برده او را. Khoja Nasreddin had found Agabak. Right. پیدا کدام شد بایی. Continuing the comparison, we could say that the huntsman had espied the leopard. His eye had caught the long yellow shadow slipping noiselessly through the thickets and amid the dancing sunbeams, spangling the wind-blown leaves, had obtained a fleeting glimpse of other moving spots. Khoja Nasreddin seized the old man's arm, as this grift, and seated him on the rug, Balgilim Bishina, to the smoking bonfire. Peshatish. Sit down, father. Ataybish. Sit down and tell me all about it. Inal qissa ko diga. Ki tu inji chowkidar bude ki qissam da switch da tu aakhri gawahi. هنا داستان ابوكي تشي رقم داستان بدونجي. I must ask you my questions. أول بالمسؤولة خصنكم. Where is that lake? إذا جايبا. حدود أربعة إذا جايا. It in what mountains? What does Agabek look like in appearance? قواريش رقمه. How old is he? كان سالة باشا نظر. Be not surprised at my agitation. بسبري ما ممكنهم تقارتنا يا خو مطلب بوك زوزوت. Believe me, it is not caused by mere idle curiosity. ما فقط تجسس وغيبة كار ندرو من جي. Where does he come from, that Agabek? Where did he live before? And what did he do? Your questions fly like bees from the hive. They overwhelm me. Sabar kutu, pleaded the old man. Curb the stead of your impatience. Put your questions to me one by one, so that I may answer them thoughtfully, weightily, and without haste, as befits man of my age. It was once believed that a person who was being ill spoken of behind his back experienced a tickling in the nose and sneezed uninterruptedly. Although the conversation may have taken place far from him, if in succession, even though all the doors and windows in his house were shut tight against the cold wind that blew from the mountains. He was mistaken. Was that accursed Agabek for the wind of ill omen? The wind of retribution and requital blew from him not from the mountain heights but from the valley. Today is a lucky day, rejoiced Khoja Nasreddin when he had exhausted all his questions. Tamam swala jawab. We have all received presents from the father Torahon, the widow, my one-eyed companion, and myself. You alone have received no present. Oh bakul, but that must not be. We say near the Gana. He slipped off his shoulders the new robe, chapani tazar burmana, which he had received on coming out of the prison. As bandikhana ki wujdashdat, yagno chapan giriftat, and dropped it in the old man's lap. The old man thanked him but refused to take it. Khoja Nasreddin forced him to accept the present. What will I do now with this extra robe? The old man said, perplexed, as after arraying himself in the new robe, he surveyed his old ragged one, which now that it was divested from his shoulders, resembled no human raiment. I dare say it would make a bed cover or happily a pillow. Let it make smoke. Smoke? Yes, look how it is done. He took the ragged old robe and threw it into the fire. The wind came to his help and thick black smoke curled upwards. That is that, Khoja Nasreddin said, coughing and bending his head to the ground. Look, what splendor, what color, what acridity. It is not often you have chance to seeing such smoke. Still less of smelling it. The old man groaned and grunted regretfully. But he could do nothing now. The rags were burnt. Jul Jahal. The wind wafted up the faraway song of the children. Every child today is happy. Every child is glad today. Let us sing a song to thank him for this sunny 1st of May. When he goes to sleep tomorrow, as he listens to its sound, let him smile, the kind old wizard, in his bed beneath the ground. قصیده تروخانه میخوانم که زیر گور خوی ای کهانه جادوگر rest in peace کنه. Khoja Nasreddin and the one-eyed thief met the first star when they were well out of Kokand. Their path lay west towards the mountain, which loomed ahead, the broken line of their towering ridge sharply dividing the earth from the sky. It seemed as if a placid luminous ocean, tingled lilac pink, had spread over the world with light cloudlets standing in it like enchanted islets, with sandbars, bays and headlands, and with a solitary glacial green star, quite a young one still, burning brightly like the light of a distant ship sailing in a pale mist. Shairana, who just enjoy kiya. Darkness fell quickly. Shawshut, Tarikshut, we're talking about the Tariki, sorry, not the soup. The luminous sea with its enchanted islands disappeared.
Safit Jazira, Reza Aur. Was this the Tarik
Myriads of stars poured out. Abundantly stars came out, and that first early one was lost amid them. Then the dome of heaven caught fire. On the horizon, it was all red. The moon appeared, a huge red moon that was already on the wane. Akhri Mabut, red boot. It sailed out over the mountains, and in its reddish glow, the broken line of the ridge loomed once more against the sky. The air grew fresh. Night had come. Left without his robe, Khoja Nasreddin felt none too warm. And rose even more often in the saddle to peer at the road ahead in the hope of seeing the twinkling light of a cozy country tavern. And final paragraph, Makhtar hai. Thus did the three of them start upon their new journey, the ass, the one-eyed thief, and Khoja Nasreddin. But had we met them that night upon the dimly glinting stony road, agar we might have fancied we saw a fourth, invisible presence, accompanying them on their long journey. Father Torokhon. And with this, we will move into part 2 next week, hopefully. I hope you enjoyed this session, and those of you who have watched live, if you fully watch it, then would like some comments. You like it, you dislike it, you know, your feelings are welcome. You picked up something, some quotation, you can share that as well. Will be like a data for us, you know, some information. You know something more about Khoja. If you know something more about The Enchanted Prince by Leonid Solovyov, a masterpiece printed in 1954 during the Soviet time in Moscow, I think this was. And this is one of the original prints which we are keeping for the last 20-some years. Have some creative ideas also, we welcome. Please say something about storytelling, about Azregi in Angrezi mixture. No, marjans mukni modrao. Marj mukni, the marg dek diezi. Yani aw gil rayag nidrao. Gap khurasi di famidi na famidi. Algi kojigi moga khuda gal gadwadi moga urdum qad kadar ye chirkham tora moga ma gosh nanam. Khogosh na kinna Facebook pura zi tora guftoya. YouTube am pura lekin ये रकम प्रोग्राम नहीं है देखना वो खुसूसन दोस्ता है कि ग्लोबली हज़ारा कम्युनिटीज़ वर्ल्ड वाइड गोश मना बड़े तस्हील जना वही कि फैमिली वाइज शुरू बेच निसल करने दोस्तों में इस्तेफादा करना what a language, of course it's a literature, you know, just for the language you can give an award to this book. The Enchanted Prince by Leonid Solovyov, The Adventures of Khoja Nasreddin. We'll catch up with you in the next episode 21. Come back next Sunday.